Hey y'all, so we've talked about fursonas a couple of times on this channel before, the last time being a couple videos ago looking at why wolf fursonas are so popular. And in that video and all the other videos we've made about fursonas, something interesting keeps happening in the comments. And no, it's not the anti-furries telling me to go find my dad. Trust me, I know exactly where he is. He's just still deciding what kind of milk to bring back home. That's all. Instead, I've noticed a bit of a trend when it comes to you all telling me about your fursonas, specifically when it comes to the species of those fursonas. Of course, we got our usual suspects, wolves, foxes, and dragons, but for every one of those species, there is a comment talking about how their fursona species is a mix of two or more species, or in other words, a hybrid fursona. Now, I knew hybrid fursonas were a thing before. I have several furry friends who are ones themselves, but I didn't know just how common they were or why they were so common in the first place. So I did a little digging and was blown away by what I found about them, and now I understand why they are so popular. And that's what I want to share with you all today. Let's go over what exactly a hybrid fursona is, why they are so popular in this fandom, and why they are sneakily one of the best ways to make a furry fursona. But as usual, let's start with the basics. What the heck is a hybrid fursona? And for this one, let's actually work backwards. We'll start with fursona, which I'm sure most of you watching know what those are. If not, you should definitely check out the video about why furries make fursonas in the first place. But then we get to the word hybrid, which is a word that basically means a mixture of two or more elements combined into one. We see examples of hybrids all over the place. We have hybrid cars that are powered by both gas and electric motors. Lattes are a hybrid of espresso and foamed milk. You can even make the argument that these videos are hybrids of the A-roll, which is the talking head part, and the B-roll, which is the extra visuals overlaid on top. So if you take the idea of mixing two or more things together and apply them to making a fursona, you get hybrid fursonas. To show you what I mean, let's do an example with some friends that have been hanging out in the back. Come on down. Get over here! This is Andy the fourth to be exact, and he's a wolf. And this is Simba, young Simba to be exact, and he's a lion. If we're trying to make a new fursona and can't decide if we want to be a wolf like Andy or a lion like Simba, we could take the species of each of them, combine them into one, and make a wolf-lion hybrid. And this is exactly what many members of this fandom do. In fact, using this chart from Fur Science that we've referenced a couple of times on this channel, hybrid fursonas are the most popular type of fursonas in this fandom, even topping wolves. And there is basically unlimited examples of what furries have come up with, but some of the more popular ones include dog wolves, fox wolves, dragon wolves, and cat foxes. Now, as you might have just heard, those combos can be a mouthful, so furries like to abbreviate their hybrids as well. For example, a dog wolf would be a dolf, a fox wolf would be a fulf, and so on. Though that does make the one we just made a bit tricky. Would a wolf-lion hybrid be a wyan or a lolf or something different entirely? I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments. So yeah, hybrid fursonas, they're pretty easy to understand. And again, and I'm sure many of you knew of their existence, but I personally never really cared about them all that much. To be honest, I thought it was just something furries did when they couldn't make up their mind on making a single species to base their fursona off of. Which, to me at least, didn't make a lot of sense since there are literally thousands of animals to choose from. And sure, even if you were still undecided, why not make two separate fursonas, one of each species? But despite how simple hybrid fursonas may seem on the outside, if you take a deeper look into them, you'll realize that these fursonas are just as meaningful as any other fursona that someone in the fandom can make. If you think about it, the existence of hybrid fursonas really highlights the creativity of the furry fandom as a whole, especially when it comes to designing fursonas. Let's take a step back and remind ourselves why furries make fursonas in the first place. They are created as a way to represent who they are as an anthropomorphic animal in the furry fandom. So when designing a fursona, for some members of this fandom, one species may not be enough to represent a core piece about them. A common example of this is when furries may relate to or want to portray traits of two separate animals. For example, I may want to have the strength and courage of a lion, but apply those skills to leading a group of people I care about, like a pack of wolves. Sometimes it's even more personal than that. people who come from a mixed ethnic or social backgrounds might choose a hybrid fursona to represent themselves as having a mixed heritage. In short, hybrid fursonas have parallels to fursonas comprised of just one species, and can have a lot more meaning than just being there for people who are indecisive about choosing between two animals. Speaking of real animals, this is actually one of the few cases in the fantasy world of the furry fandom where there are real-life examples of this concept. Hybrid animals actually exist in real life. There are ligers, which is a mix of lions and tigers, mules, which are a mix of a donkey and a horse, and oh, let's not forget all of the hybrid dog breeds there are as well. Now, the ethics around animal care and safety of hybrid animals are a topic for another video, but the fact of the matter is that these animals are real and out there existing on this earth. This then makes them yet another source of inspiration for furries making their fursonas. And because our fursonas are fantasy creations anyway, we really don't have to worry all that much about any ethical quandaries of mixing whatever we want into our fursonas. Which is actually an important point to make, because with hybrid fursonas, the possibilities you could take your creativity are virtually endless. In a weird way, hybrid fursona species almost act as an alternative to original species, where you can make a species that is completely custom while avoiding any weird rules or politics around them. And because you have the entire animal kingdom to work with, you can truly make a hybrid fursona species that specifically fits you and your personality. And when I say the entire animal kingdom, I mean the entire animal kingdom, not just mammals. A common thing that I see with hybrid fursonas is that they bring animals that are otherwise hard to anthropomorphize and combine them with a popular fursona species to create something that works. For example, a lot of snake fursonas actually have the arms and legs of another, more popular animal species in an effort to have them fit in just a bit better in a fandom dominated by mammals. But no matter how you make your mix, the point is that it makes a lot of sense why hybrid fursonas are so popular in the furry fandom. I feel like I've said something along those lines before in another video, but anyway. They are in no way second-class citizens or a scapegoat for indecisive furries. No, they are just as important, personal, and creative as singular fursonas, and in some ways, even more so. From how they can represent someone in ways that a fursona with a singular species cannot, the fact that mixing two or more animals into a new species has already been done in real life, to the customization and personalization that they unlock, the existence of hybrid fursonas are a perfect example of what is encouraged in this fandom, and a natural evolution of making anthropomorphic animal characters that represent our ideal selves. I truly have a newfound respect and appreciation for hybrid fursonas, and after watching this, I hope you do too. And you know what? Let me know if you have a hybrid fursona, and if so, what species did you mix to make it? I can't wait to see what new, fun combinations you all talk about in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, but until then, stay wild out there. Peace. All right, back you go. That's all the screen time I'm paying you for today.